Hey,
undeniable, we are live. It is the final weekly quiz. Here we go. Just want to. Oh, what is going on? It's loading. Hope I'm still here. Anyway, yeah. So final weekly quiz. We've got 9 on the stream already. 18 already geared up to go. We're going to take a hiatus after this one. Steering away slightly from the roadmap where I said I do fortnightly quizzes, but I just need a rest. So enjoy this one. And you know what? Fridays, we're slightly out of lockdown now. Go to a beer garden, a local pub, and enjoy a few beers. Just like I'll be doing, maybe. I don't know yet. But yeah, so enjoy.
At least catching up with people.
Yes, in your local garden at a social distance. So yeah, here we are, the final weekly quiz, including at the end, to make sure you all stay right to the end, Richard's Raffle, which you have. So as I'm not doing the outcome of that Richard's Raffle until right at the end, which will be about 9:15, you still have yes, thank you, Paul. You still have 45 minutes to get your donations in so you can too take part in a Richard's Raffle. And the winner, of course, will get to spend an evening with said man in his back garden drinking beer. Money can't buy prize, as I said last week. Literally, money can't buy. But thank you so much to everyone who has donated already. We have raised £155 for the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust, which is pretty amazing. So thank you to each and every one of you who's taken part in Richard's Raffle so far. And we have still got 45 minutes if any of you wanted to donate and also get a ticket. Totally up to you. But to anyone who's worried about what I'm drinking tonight, it is an Aldi IPA from Brewdog. They collaborated with Aldi on that one. And you missed a moment just before I went live when it was so fizzy it spilt all over my trousers. So I quickly had to do a change of trouser. Even though you can't see me from the waist down, I could feel the wet liquid. So I went and got changed. We have 16 on the stream. We have 20 already geared up for quizzing. Otis King is drinking a Brewdog layer cake. Oh, yeah. Lovely drink there. My mum is home and ready to win. I know one of those sentences is true. The rest is false. Hello to Julian Thrasher. How are you? Paul, I've not played Fall Guys tonight, so I wasn't on Fall Guys. That's not why I was late. I was late because of the change in trousers. We now have 21 on the quiz already. Still 5 minutes to go. If you know anyone who'd like to take part tonight, I would really like to get to a 30 number just because it's the last one. So invite them right now, because what else would they rather be doing on the final Friday before we can all go to the pub? I'm going to write down the code on here for anyone who hasn't got it. So here we go. There you go. That's the code you need for tonight, 704-717. It's 704-717, myquiz.org, and get ready. We have 55 questions tonight. Yeah, I thought I'd go slightly overboard as it is the final one. I can tell you those are all family round for obvious reasons. And I was still writing the quiz today at 7:30. Yeah, it's been that kind of week, I'm afraid. I've just received another donation. Whoa, hello. So yes, your name will be going in the hat. I'm not going to tell everyone who it is yet. I was doing a number sequence on the on Facebook, which I then realized was a total waste of time. So I've just put everyone's names in a hat. So the person,
you've got a number as well.
Yeah, you have got a number as well if you really need a number. But don't worry about the numbers. I don't know what I was thinking with the number thing. Just because it's a raffle, I wanted to give everyone a number. We've got 25 ready to quiz, and we've still got 4 minutes left. I'm just about to find out who else is taking part in Richard's Raffle tonight. Just 1 minute, please. Oh my, we've got £190 raised. I think we've had a few donations since I last looked. Okay, so thank you very much to the people who've donated tonight. That is amazing. I'm welling up a bit here. £190 for the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust. Thank you so much. That is amazing. Don't worry about the numbers, Sarah.
I'm writing who it is in there.
The numbers are irrelevant. It's a name in a hat. We just pick the name out and show it on camera. It's just, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so we have £190 raised tonight. I will quickly check that, of course, before I pull the numbers out of the said hat. We have a wobbly table, thanks to you know who. Hello, Bernie. How are you? We have 31 on the quiz. We've gone over 30 already there, and we've got 3 minutes left to go. Julian Thrasher is enjoying that King Slayer from Buxton Brewery, one of my favourites from the supermarket at the moment. I've got some very interesting beers to share with you tonight. What type of hat? Well, it's George's old hat. We have a George round tonight as well. I don't know what you call it.
It's a trilby, isn't it?
A trilby, yes. Well, don't take it with it's a trilby. Yeah, there you go. Details are important, says Paul. Obviously, he's very excited about winning the round. 33. If all those 33 users now logged in, stay with us all the way through, that's a record of all time. We have 20 on the stream. We have 2 minutes to go.
You just had another beep, haven't you?
Oh, dear, I don't know, Sarah. I'm busy.
Is that you?
No, nothing else.
Wasn't you getting a
Oh,
message?
no, we've got one more donation. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, people.
195.
Yes, 190. Oh, yes.
Otis King,
thank you very much.
He wants that money, can't buy prize.
Yes, just donated, says Otis King. If anyone else could let me know if they just donated, that'd be great. Otherwise, I will lose track. But to everyone who has, I'm not going to mention them all here. They know who they are. Thank you so much. Yes, Mum, you are in the hat.
Literal hat.
That'll be my lot when I win a night drinking with my mum. Well, if it is my mum, she's got to drink every single beer.
At the block
Now,
market.
there's no automatic start on the quiz, and as it's tradition, and as it's the final one, I'm going for a wee break.
hello, people.
Come a bit closer. Show them your face. See, Charlotte is now better. Look, let's angle it. There you see. Look, she's much better. Still missing teeth. But,
I love that missing tooth.
we do love your missing teeth. But Ryan, you can say hello to everybody. Ryan is 18. It is fine for him to drink alcohol live on camera. So yes,
You get demonetized now. You need to say root beer.
a root beer. No, it's a beer of
Budweiser.
a Budweiser, was it? Oh, so we've got some. Oh, hi, Charlotte. Can you just say hello to these people, please?
Hello. That was weird.
So hello to Helen, and hello to the Herdman family.
Oh,
Hello. And
sorry.
Charlotte is kicking the table continuously. Let's have a number check. How many people?
34.
What, 34 on the quiz?
34.
And lots of table shaking.
Lots of table shaking. Okay. It is time to go. I'm sorry. That was quick. 23 on the stream. I think they are record numbers as well. We have 34 on the quiz. Are you ready for 55 thoroughly average questions on the final ever Bournemouth quiz? Well, final for a while anyway. You know what I'm like. She's made that too light. Thank you, Charlotte. There we go. Right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Go. 3, 2.
Okay. So we start off with the sports round. Mark Spitz won 7 Olympic golds at record speeds doing what? So these are record-breaking athletes. Is it swimming, running, skiing, or speed skating? Mark Spitz. You've really messed that light up, Charlotte.
It's the angle of the camera as well.
I moved it so I could...
Okay, so Mark Spitz won 7 Olympic golds at swimming. So yes, he was an Olympic swimmer.
Oh, and straight in there is Belushi.
Mm-hmm. So just like in the past few quizzes, these questions go from hard, easy, middling, hard, then they go middling, then they go hard, and then I don't know.
There they go. Rich is confused.
David Campese was the leading try scorer for which country? Is it New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, or Tonga? David Campese was the leading try scorer for which country? Is it New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, or Tonga?
It's nice to see you're in the quiz yourself. A few pictures of yourself in there. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. That's good to know. And of course, the answer was Australia, as moi No, that's why Moi is currently number 1. I like that name. So there you go. Did we have to start with sport? Well, Jack, think about it this way. It gets it out the way. And it's what I class as, well, in my quiz book, is the easy questions, apparently. So it should be better for you in a way, because these are the easy questions on sport. Roger Bannister ran the first 4-minute mile in which UK city? Is it Liverpool, Oxford, Cambridge, or London? What does reading comprehension even mean? Very good. When I was a kid, my parents could only afford a second-hand calculator, which was missing the X button. Times were hard. So Roger Bannister ran the first 4-minute mile in Oxford, as 36% of you knew. 51% of you, ironically, went for their rivals, Cambridge.
Is that yes?
The real Christine Bomber, and that is the real Christine Bomber, is in second, and that's not that's real. 24 on the stream. They are record numbers for the stream, and I think we have 33 taking part tonight. Wow.
We know it's the real one because it's a picture of Grandma and Charlotte.
Yes, it is. And not
Next question.
picture of Frank.
How many events were in Daley Thompson's speciality event? Is it 4, 8, 6, or 10? So how many events were in Daley Thompson's speciality event? Is it 4, 8, 6, or 10? Paul has bought a pet skunk yesterday. The wife shouted at me, "Have you not thought about the smell?" I said, "Yes, I have." I replied, "You'll just have to get used to
And
it."
the answer is 10.
Yeah, Daley Thompson, of course, was a decathlon, which is 10 events.
Grandma is first.
Okay, next question coming up, and I will give you a quick rundown of the top 10. Charlotte, bear me.
Okay, only if I can play Animal Crossing.
Okay, but bear me first. Not the goes one, the other one. Okay, next question. Who was the first player to score 100 goals in the Premiership?
Which one?
Just one of the ones with numbers on. Is it Alan Shearer? Is it Andy Cole? Is it Ian Wright or Michael Owen? The first player to score 100 goals in the Premiership. Ash Fry is also drinking a Buxton Kingslayer, exactly the same as Julian Thrasher. A double IPA that's likely to slay him. I like that. It was Alan Shearer, as 45% of you said. And here we go. Top 10. In 10th is Deborah Watkinson with 20 points. In 9th is Graham and Nell with 20 points. In 8th is Fruit Snake with 20 points. In 7th is Tim Thrasher with 20 points. In 6th is Sharon and Bobs with 20 points. In 5th is Tommy Tank with 20 points. In 4th is Belushi with 20 points. In 3rd is Den with 23 points. 2nd is Moi with 24 points. And leading the way is Christine Bormer with 34 points. The other one with numbers. Who celebrated his ding-a-ling in song? This is the 70s music round. Is it Buddy Holly, Richard, Chuck Berry, or Elvis Presley? So who celebrated his ding-a-ling? As my son dawdled off to school, I shouted at him, "Hurry up or you'll be late." He shouted back, "It's okay. They're open till 3:30. Charlotte turned the telly down. It is Chuck Berry, as 57% if you knew.
You could have said 55.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, next question coming up, and I'm going to pour this beer in a minute and tell you all about it. Which I know a lot of you
Oh, she's
will
still
be
hanging
excited about. Okay, which football club squad did Rod Stewart have a hit with? Is it Wales, England, Republic of Ireland, or Scotland? We are having a double IPA from the Brew by Numbers brewery. Can't really see that, can you? It's 8.5%.
It's got to be 55.
ABV. I got a box from this brewery today. I'll tell you about it in a minute. So Rod Stewart had a hit with the Scottish football team. Yes. So this is from a brewery called Brew by Numbers. They're quite a new brewery, I think, but currently you can get a subscription box with a Groupon voucher for £15, and it gets you 12 beers.
That is cloudy.
Wow. Hello, toilet in the morning. It is Scotland, of course. How many performers made up the Carpenters? 3, 2, 5, or 4? So just look at that. That literally could be orange juice. Again, the lighting is awful in here. There you go. That's that. The lighting is just terrible. That's even worse, Sarah. No, that just no.
Sorry. Maybe turn the back light on.
Yeah, maybe turn the back light on. Get rid of this show lighting. The performers that made up the Carpenters, there were 2 of them.
Right now.
Oh yeah, that's better. So there you go. Can you see that? That's orange juice, isn't it?
Milk.
Oh, it smells nuts. Tubular Bells is credited with establishing which record label? Virgin, Sony, Warner Music Group, or Island Records? Yes, Ash Fry. Yes, if you want to do, I think you go into Groupon, search for beer. It's like the first. It's usually £35 for 12 cans, which of craft beer is not too actually that bad. But for your first box, you can get it for £15. It's Virgin was credited with establishing, or Tubular Bells, sorry, was credited with establishing that record label. And judging by that first drink I've just had, I'm in love. And the best thing about these cans, it actually tells you when they were canned. This was canned on the 25th of March and should be drank by the 25th of August. Always better to drink craft ale fresh, though. It's just what you should do. Kiki D's biggest 70s hit was with whom? Is it Freddie Mercury, Tom Jones, Elton John, or David Bowie? So Kiki D's biggest 70s hit. There's no bonus points tonight, but I'd love to know if anyone could answer in terms of what that hit was. Because I know. Do you? Oh, this is just smell it.
Fruity.
Kiki D's biggest 70s hit was with Elton John. But I'd love one of you to name what that hit was.
Oh, Bernie.
Well don't go breaking my heart. Well done. I couldn't if I tried. Oh, I'm just going to read all about this for a minute. What Andrew Lloyd Webber's first two wives called? This is not a two-answer question. They had the same first name. Is it Sarah, Madeline, Jennifer, or Mary? Oh. Inspired by delicious fruity breakfast smoothies. Oh. Then they have bitterness is only a 2. Creaminess and juiciness is a 5. Hops are a 5. It is very hoppy. But I think bitters are 3 for me. It's a bit bitter at the end. Sarah, yeah, and so one of them was Sarah. Was it Wiseman? The one who used to sing in the Phantom of the Opera. Can't remember her name. Doesn't matter right now. Let's get on with the rest of the quiz. So yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber's first two wives were called Sarah. I love genetically modified food. I had a lovely leg of salmon the other day. That is one of your best. I'll give you that one. Who was Woody Cook's mum? Joe Wiley, Sarah Cox, Claudia Winkleman, or Zoe Ball? I haven't even told you what round this is. This is celebrity families. Yeah, where do I come up with these rounds? Even after, and I think I've done. This is my 14th of lockdown 3, and before that we've done at least 20, 25, 21, 22. So yeah, there's been a few, haven't there? So Zoe Ball was Woody Cook's mum. So yeah, I think we're up to nearly 40 quizzes. Yeah, because I did have a mild hiatus in July when I was doing a monthly, but then obviously everything went wrong again, didn't it? I just had albino fruit salad. It had no melanin. Right, Zoe Ball was Woody Cook's mum, of course, married to Paul Cook, who was, of course, Fatboy Slim. Which Spice Girl had a daughter called Phoenix Chi? Is it Jerry Halliwell, Emma Bunton, Mel B, or Mel C? I haven't even really looked at how many people are on the quiz tonight. I saw 33 right at the start. I'm just looking now. It's 32, 30. Yeah, 32, I think, which is a record number. Thank you very much. Mel B is 78% of you said. So well done to that 78%. I will go through the top 10 after the next 2 questions. It's especially tight, but as we all knew, my mum has flopped off the top spot. Flopped off, that doesn't really work. But yeah, 26 on the stream. That is a record number.
Oh, no, Dad's 4th.
In which comedy is Jasper Carrot's daughter a regular character? Is it Phoenix Nights, The Office, I'm Alan Partridge, or is it Extras? Sarah, do you know that one? So you don't know that one. And it's not because you've only had one glass of wine, so it isn't the wine.
No, it's not.
No, it's not the first glass of wine. I'm driving in the morning. Maybe not after this smoothie I'm drinking. It's The Office, of course. And again, no bonus points, but love to see your comments. So, who did she play in The Office? Pretty obvious. Jack Bartley says, my ding-a-ling hasn't been celebrated in a while. Didn't need to know that, Jack Bartley. Does refusing to go to the gym count as resistance training? Yes, it does. Jack Bartley, however, wins the comment of the night so far. Which TV presenter did Amanda Holden marry? Is it Les Dennis, Simon Cowell, Chris Hughes, or Dermot O'Leary? So after this question, I will give you the top 10. And remember, you still have around half an hour to take part in Richard's raffle. The link is on the quiz page and on Facebook. Okay, it's Les Dennis. 75% of you knew. She is married at the moment to Chris Hughes. Simon Cowell, of course, is a co-presenter on Britain's Got Talent. And Dermot O'Leary is just Dermot O'Leary. And so in 10th, the Brutons. In 9th is Fruit Snake. 8th is the Herman. 7th is Tommy Tank. 6th is Team Thrasher. 5th is My Mum. 4th is Rupert the Bear. 3rd is Den. 2nd is Sharon and Barb with an excellent showing. And 1st is Spilsby Herdmans with a Z. They are back with their original name. Which is the deepest ocean after the Pacific? Is it the Atlantic, the Indian, or the Arctic, or the Southern Ocean? We are into the natural phenomenon round. Yes, the round you all clamoured for. The natural phenomenon round.
Phenomenal.
That's the 3rd time my wife has shut the table. She's had a hard week, so I'm not going to have a go. But that's the 3rd time. You definitely did. Okay, it's the Indian Ocean.
I did that.
I would have chosen Atlantic, and I'm still not sure that is right. But apparently, it's the Indian Ocean. I'll tell you something funny about my new quiz book in a minute, which I think most of you will enjoy. So the deepest Indian Ocean, the deepest ocean after the Pacific, the Indian Ocean. He'd have thought the Atlantic, but it's not. Denmark comprises roughly how many islands? Is it 20, 150, 300, or 400? So roughly, how many islands are in Denmark? Yeah, my new quiz book that I bought for $2.99 from Smith's, I found out today after doing a bit of internet research, half the questions are wrong in it in terms of what the answers are. So I quickly had to check every question I took from that book today. It's a shame, isn't it? There are 407 actually islands in Denmark, and they're just the inhabited ones. So that doesn't include the Faroe Islands and another one, which are inhabited, of course. But yeah, I think in actuality, uninhabited, including inhabited and uninhabited, there are 1,400 islands in Denmark. But inhabited one, roughly around 400. I think it's 407.
I just say it's very tiny.
Crazy, isn't it? 407 islands. Which mountain is the highest in the Alaska range? Is it Mount McKinley, Mount Furaka, Mount Hunter, or Mount Silver Throne? Be interested to see who got the wrong answer right. What does that mean? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I did check all the answers, and I did change the ones that were wrong in the book because, well, I had to. It's because I always check my quizzes because I'm like that just before, and then panic about an hour before if once something's wrong. Mount McKinley is the answer. That's because in the first few quizzes I did actually do some answers wrong, which caused much stress to people. So I always do double check now. So yeah, I can't really rely on that book anymore. It's a shame. What's the most common element in the universe? Is it argon, carbon, hydrogen, or oxygen? Argon and carbon. It's carbon, of course.
I like carbon. It's
8.5%, and it hides quite a lot of that percentage. Oh dear.
Just go slowly.
Yeah, it's hydrogen. It's 55% if you knew. I think 53.1. Sorry, my iPad's a bit further away than it usually is. So it's not my eyes. It's not my seeing eyes. Yeah, well, it is partly, but I'm getting older on it. 53.1%. If you said hydrogen, 53.1% if you were right.
It is very tight.
I bumped into a transvestite from Lancashire the other day. He had a wig and a dress. Oh dear, I might get chucked off YouTube for that one, Paul. In December 2006, which natural disaster befell Kensal Rise in North London? Is it an earthquake, a tornado, a flood, or a sinkhole? I just read that. I accidentally fell asleep smoking an e-cigarette, and when I woke up, my whole house was on the internet. Okay, so the natural disaster that befell Kensal Rise in North London was a tornado. Was 21% of you knew?
I would have gone for that one.
The sinkhole.
Yeah. Because there was a big famous one in London, so yeah.
Yeah, well, I like to fox people. Okay, next question coming up. That's a natural phenomenon round. I won't bother with the top 10 because it's not changed too much.
Yeah, there is a bit of
Well,
change.
there is a bit of change. What does a cane toad squirt poison from? So here we go with the natural world round. Is it behind its eyes, from its bottom, from beneath its toes, or from its teeth? Any ideas, Sarah? Toads don't usually have teeth, so that is that one. Will Smith got lost in this. No, not doing that one. Where does a cane toad squirt poison from? From behind its eyes, as 41% of you said. Sorry, Paul, it's not actually as bad as I thought that joke. But I won't do it anyway. Where does a cane toad squirt poison from? Behind its eyes, as 41% of you said. I'm surprised 41% of you knew that. Well done. I had no clue. It's a mental place to squirt poison from. It's insanely tight at the top. I'm loving this. What's the longest type of worm? Is it a hookworm, a tapeworm, a bootlace worm, or a pinworm? Sorry. Yeah, the longest type of worm. Is it a hookworm, a tapeworm, a bootlace worm, or a pinworm? And the answer is a bootlace worm. A tapeworm can go incredibly long inside you, I've heard, but apparently a bootlace worm is slightly longer. So there you go. Lovely, isn't it?
The top 10 is separated.
Top 10 is separated by
16.
16 points. That is incredible. And I can tell you the top 3 is separated by only 6 points.
I have to say, Christine is
starting to drop out of the top 10. Can she hold it until 25? Let's find out. What colour is a mandrill's beard? Is it brown, yellow, orange, or red? This is the mandrill. But what colour is its beard? So we're now into the harder questions, of course. So we had 2 rounds, which is slightly easy, 2 rounds medium, and now we've gone 2 rounds hard. So what colour is a mandrill's beard?
What's a mandrill?
What's a mandrill, says Sarah. It's yellow. It's like a golden beard, so it's yellow. And Rupert the bear has taken the lead. Whoever Rupert the bear is, they're in the lead.
Is it a duck? Or a type of fowl?
Don't know.
Don't know. You don't even know what a mandarin is.
A mandrill, I think it's some kind of monkey, isn't it?
Oh, maybe.
What is a mandrill? Let us know on the comments.
I thought you researched this.
Which animals are famously sold at Bampton Fair? Is it a goldfish in a bag? Is it Shire horses, longhorn cattle, or Exmoor ponies? Paul from Skegness tells us that he's been to the doctor, and the doctor tells him he has kleptomania. So I asked if I can take anything for it. Very good.
It's a type of monkey. It's the one with the stripy, the blue face.
Oh, right. It's and the guy from Lion King, Rafiki. There you go. Exmoor ponies are sold at Bampton Fair. To anyone who's late to the party, just look at that beer and tell me you don't want it. It's like it's basically orange juice.
And if you want to taste disgusting beers like this,
take part in Richard's raffle, and you could be tasting this with me live in my garden. That's a money can't buy price, I've said many times. What is the average life expectancy of the mayfly? Is it 4 weeks, 2 hours, 24 hours, or 2 weeks? This is the average. Some of them last a lot longer. Some of them last a lot shorter. And I'll tell you all about that when the answer comes up. This is different gravy.
looks like gravy.
It's 2 hours. I think male mayflies actually only last about 10 minutes. And some can last up to a day, but the average life expectancy is 2 hours. It's bloody miserable, isn't it? Quite miserable, Sarah.
Boom. Let's get excited and go.
Yeah, obviously. Well, I haven't done the top 10, have I? Because I've been waffling about the mayfly. So I will do it after the next question. This round is in honour of the dear departed Duke of Edinburgh. Is the royal family round. What shape was Queen Anne's coffin? Not a very respectful question to ask in honour of Duke of Edinburgh, but we'll carry on. Is it square, rectangle, triangle, or circle? So yes, what shape was Queen Anne's coffin? And the answer is it's a square, because she had to have a square as she was so obese. What a lovely, lovely question. In 10th is Christine Bournemouth. She's still there, hanging in there. 9th is Belushi. 8th is the Bruton. 7th is Moi. 6th is Yep. 5th is Den. 4th is Rupert the Bear. 3rd is Fruit Snake. 2nd is the Spilsby Husbands. And in 1st, never a winner, Sharon and Bob. Let's see if they can do it tonight. In which county did George V die? Is it Suffolk, Essex, Norfolk, or Kent? Have a think about where a very famous royal castle is, and you should be able to work this one out. Or estate, I should say, rather than castle. Sarah?
Estate.
It's a state. It's
Yeah.
an estate, not a castle, yeah.
No.
So where is it?
Grounds.
Where is it?
I know where it is. It's that one. Yeah.
You could have said it because it's North.
Yeah.
Not matter. It's Norfolk. It's the Sandringham estate, of course. The finest country in the world, finest county in the world, of course, Norfolk,
The finest
where I hope to
country.
live in approximately 15 to 20 years. Norfolk, well, yes, we are.
No, we're not.
Well, you only live in Yorkshire. We're flipping a coin. Norfolk, 61% of you knew, is where George V died. How many shirts did Charles I wear for his execution? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? How many shirts? Who knows that? Do you know that?
I knew that when you asked.
Sarah knew that. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, I know this is a good beer because when I burp after the beer, I taste orange juice. It's magical. You should try it too. Brew by Numbers, the Breakfast Double IPA. Get yourself one. It's two shirts Charles I wore for his execution.
Because he didn't want to be cold and shiver and appear scared.
So there you go. Because he didn't want to appear cold and shiver and appear scared, he
No,
wore
he
2
didn't want
shirts
to be cold
and shiver.
and shiver and appear scared.
Because if he shivered, he'd appear scared.
Mhm.
So therefore, he wore 2 shirts.
Mhm.
Thank you, Sarah. Bonus points for you. Which English king is reputed? I love that word, reputed. What a great word. To have invented the handkerchief. Is it William IV, George V, Richard III, Richard III, or Richard II?
Why do you giggle at Richard III?
Because when you go to the toilet, you say, I'm going for Richard III. Richard III rhymes with turd. Don't know anything these days, do they, people? It's Richard II is reputed to have invented the handkerchief. I was reading online that might actually be a myth, which is why I've used the words reputed, because that doesn't make it fact. But yeah, he's reputed to have invented the hanky. No one uses a hanky. Everyone uses a tissue these days, don't they? Bad for the environment. I say bring the hanky back. Yeah, I love getting a nice crusty hanky out of the pocket with a big bogey on, give it another blow. Still does the same job, doesn't it? And it's your bogey, so you're not spreading germs. Get hankies back in. Where was the Duke of Edinburgh born? There we go, you see. Was it Corfu, Malta, England, or Crete? So where was the Duke of Edinburgh born? Any ideas, Sarah?
Coffee?
I know you're giving the answer live on.
No, I haven't. Oh, who was it?
Yeah, it is Corfu. As 45% of you said. Julian Thrasher has said what we all thought. Glad he's not the only one who laughed at Richard III. Exactly, Julian. I'm glad that someone's with me on that one. I'm really quite hoping you win the raffle because you seem to be in my train of thought, which is good. Whilst hiking in the Himalayas, I asked the guide, are we there yeti? Right, next round, here we go. It's the George round in tribute to the dearly departed George who left us this week. Who was the American film director of the Philadelphia Story and My Fair Lady? Is it George Stevens, George Ford, George Cukor, or George Curtis? While hiking in the Himalayas, I asked the guy... Oh, I've already read that one, sorry.
What I was going to say is you could always postpone that. We could do a virtual one and then have an actual one.
Oh, yeah.
If Julian won.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. We haven't won yet. So George Cukor was the film director of the Philadelphia Story and My Fair Lady. I will give you your top 10 after the next question because I forgot because I was waffling on about Richard the Turd. Okay, next question coming up. Which George loved it when a plan came together? Is it George Peppard, George Lazenby, George Foreman, or George Michael?
No, he's got one.
Okay, here we go. So which George loved it when a plan came together? George Peppard, George Lazenby, George Foreman, or George Michael?
Oh, dear.
So it is George Peppard, of course, the actor from the A-Team. In 10th is Dan. In 9th is Graham and Nell. In 8th is Tommy Tank. In 7th is Belushi. In 6th is the Brutons. In 5th is Yep, who's appeared from nowhere. Come on, Yep, you're doing it. 4th is Fruit Snake. 3rd is Rupert the Bear. 2nd is Spilsby Hermans with the Z. And Sharon and Bob with 14 points clear now. They are surging ahead. And it's not really been around that I'd attribute to this, but this is good. Christine has left the top 10. There's a shock. Which of these is George Foreman famous for? You decide how many he's famous for. Is he famous for being a chef? Is he famous for being a heavyweight boxer? Is he famous for being an actor? Or is he famous for being a grill salesman? So it could be one answer, two answers, three answers, or four answers. You decide. Put the answers down quick as you can. He is famous for being a heavyweight boxer and a grill salesman. Of course he is. And wow, Sharon and Bob's lead has been cut to 2 points. Clearly, they aren't watching the stream and realize you had to pick two answers there,
All very fast.
or three, or four. Paul put his house on the market last week, made a right mess of the town square. Okay, next question coming up.
It's
Which
changing.
George was born? Georgios. I can't read that.
Panayiotis.
Is it George Washington, George Lucas, George Michael, or George Orwell? For sale, a stuffed hamster and an extractor fan from a pet and smoke-free home. Very good, actually, Paul. Thank you for that. Okay, so we have 25 on the stream. Thank you all for joining me tonight on the big quiz. That
And
means
one
at least
virtual
seven of you aren't actually watching me, which is a shame. George Michael was born that name, or it might be that two people are doing it in the same household, which is fine. I've had one virtual hug tonight. Thank you to that person. Okay, next question coming in the George round, which I believe is 8 questions long, and then we're on to the picture round, the final picture round in the final Bournemouth lockdown quiz. Pardon me. In which of these countries is St. George not the patron saint of? Russia, Nigeria, England, or Lebanon? Not. And I can tell you who their patron saint is when the answer is announced. And St. George is not the patron saint of Nigeria. Someone put, worryingly, he's not the patron saint of England.
They obviously read the question wrong.
I'm hoping, and if they put into the comments and say they admitted that they've read the question wrong, or it might be they did read the question right, and in that way, I'm a little bit. But yes, so Nigeria's patron saint is actually St. Patrick. So there you go.
Question.
I'm sorry. In the comedy show Seinfeld, what is the name of Jerry's best friend? Is it George Credenza, George Costanza, George LaBamba, or George Padoga? And this beer, I've spent.
Is that a Spanish bomb?
I spent quite a long time drinking it. I'm gonna give it a 10. I don't care. It's a 10.
Huh.
George Costanza, 64% of his set.
Spanish bomba. The bamba.
Yes, the Spanish bomba La Bamba there. Very good.
Oh, it's changing.
Change at the top, yes.
But look how tight it is down here.
It's ridiculous. And to be fair, first to third is 6 points.
Oh, there
That's clock. How much do Cockneys pay for shampoo? Pantene. Oh my god, best one yet. You've won. Which edgy comedian was famous for a routine involving the 7 words you can never use on television? Is this George Burns, George Carlin, or George Wallace? And it's this question that made me realize that my quiz book was incorrect, because when I fact checked this on Google, it was not the answer that you will find out is the answer in a minute. It is George Carlin. Yes, my book told me it was George Burns, and it's not George Burns. So I've Googled it 4 times just to check. So yeah, thanks, Smiths. How are they still in business, giving ridiculous advice like that in quiz books?
It's not Smiths, it's the book company.
I blame Smiths. They should have put
it's like in Elf when he just signs the book off and there's blank pages.
I guess so, yeah. Which George spent time sweeping streets as part of a community service sentence for wasting police time in 2006? Is it George Martin, George Clinton, Boy George, or George Michael? Who is George Clinton?
I don't know who you were trying to put for that.
Dodgy quiz book, says Julian Thrasher. Indeed, I don't want to put it on screen because they've tried hard, obviously, when they made it. But yeah, it's Boy George, who I believe swept the streets in New York, which is probably quite filthy, I'd have thought, and because of wasting police time. So there you go. Yes.
Oh, we have a new person in the top 10.
Yes, we have. And I still don't know who's going to win this one. It's still very tight. I will give you, of course, the top 10 after the next 2 questions. I believe we're about to leave the George round and enter the picture round. In the 90s, Tamagotchis were. But which year? So it topped the list for best-selling toys. Is it 95, 97, or 99? I don't know what I was trying to say there, but clearly, you get the gist of it. Tamagotchis, yes. Which year were they the top-selling toys?
Oh, dear.
I checked this 3 times. It's 1997. It's 51% of you said. I had a Tamagotchi. This round, of course, is all about the best-selling toys of certain eras. Thank you, Graham, for the idea. Tamagotchis. Me and Herdman had a what would be suggested would be a fake Tamagotchi. And whereas Tamagotchis, official ones, pooed themselves, the one me and Herdman had, you had to tell it to poo. It was a great thing. Still got it. The Game Boy was the largest seller in which year? It's 91, 93, or 89. That's the original Game Boy. Right there. The picture you can see. The picture helps you see. Right. And the Game Boy was just slightly faded in that picture. I never had an original Game Boy. I think I had a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, and a Game Boy DS. I didn't have an original Game Boy. Oh, sorry, Sarah. Some of us weren't privileged. In 1989, the Game Boy was the largest seller. I think 93. I think 93, the Game Boy Color was about, and yeah, but yeah, the original. I'd love an original Game Boy.
You've been a bit young.
I might get on eBay actually.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I need a handheld.
You've got one.
My Switch is too cumbersome. The Etch-a-Sketch was the biggest seller in which decade? The 60s, the 70s, or the 80s? The Etch-a-Sketch.
It's about the same size as the Game Gear.
Yeah, the Game Gear. Yes, I remember the Sega Game Gear, of course, which against... I love this, a bit of video game knowledge. But, of course, the problem with the Game Gear was that the batteries lasted around 2 hours if you are lucky. And again, they were cumbersome, hence why the Game Boy was much more prevalent in that period.
Bigger screen.
A bigger screen, colour screen, but it drained the batteries.
Yeah,
the Etch-a-Sketch was the biggest seller in 1960s, the Etch-a-Sketch. Still around today. Awful things. I had an Etch-a-Sketch. Pointless.
Charlotte's got one.
Awful, yeah. Terrible thing. What is the point of it? Atari Lynx. Oh, Julian Thrasher. You legend. Which decade saw this toy top the list for bestseller? That's a Nerf ball. Was it the 90s, the 70s, or the 80s?
Maybe have a beer night with Julian next time.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the same page. Computer gaming, films, beer. He's got it all, this guy.
Yeah, next time you have to go to head office, there you go. You're staying overnight, going to visit Julian. Sorry.
So the Nerf ball, and you won't believe me about this, but it's off an official website, was a top toy in the 1970s. Julian Thrasher's up for that. Sorry, Caroline. The 70s was the Nerf ball was the top toy. And you can look that up if you want. And if it was the website I was looking at that was wrong, well, I'm sorry. But apparently it was. So well done to the one of you who got that right. They are Pogs, yes. So in which year in the 90s saw Pogs top the list? 93, 91, or 95.
Oh, I remember them. I remember Pogs, bloody Pogs.
Pogs, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Julian, I'll come to Hemel. I say I'm going to a finance meeting. I'm actually going to yours for some beer. Okay, law professor, you're currently failing your ethics class. Me slides £50 across the desk. How about now? So 1995 saw Pogs top the list for top toys. This beer, wow. Bournemouth can't balance on this, but back in the year, this toy sold more than any other. Is it 2000, 2002, or 2003? More than welcome with 3 exclamation marks. I think that Buxton Kingslayer has gone right to his head. You don't know what you're letting yourself in for, Julian. You really don't. Okay. Bournemouth can't balance on this, but back in the year, this toy sold more than any other. It is 2,000. And you still see them around today, don't you? So, yeah, the little scooters were favourites of children back in the year 2000. Okay, one more question. I'll give you the top 10 before we enter the final 10 questions. I believe we're about to enter pot luck.
And it could be anybody's.
These particularly awful toys were the favourite in which year? 72, 78, or 75?
Can you just clarify? It is just the stick-on eyes.
Yeah, basically you just put some rocks and stuck some eyes on them. And apparently, in the 70s, kids couldn't get enough of this awful looking toy. That's not even a toy, is it? That is in 75. You just pelt them at people, wouldn't you? That's about as much enjoyment as you could get out of those toys.
You're just getting a bag of boggly eyes. It's a bag of boggly eyes.
Would you like that as a toy? A rock with some eyes on it. Charlotte, sort me out a beer, will you? There's only one in there now, so you can work it out.
The one with the number on.
Okay, so here we go into next round, which is pot luck. What part of a human includes loops and walls? Is it ears, the nose, or fingerprints?
That's a gimme.
I think so. So I'll explain the potluck round very, very quickly to you. We're going to start with some very easy ones, then we're going to go to some medium ones, and then we're going to go hard. That's why there's 55 questions tonight. So it's going to go easy, medium, or hard. No, darling, they just look the same.
And
Look, different numbers.
It is continuously changing. Between 5 and 10 is continuously
So
changing.
loops and walls are included in a fingerprint as 76% if you knew.
Yeah.
And I will tell you now, after 46 questions, there's only 8 points between third and first.
Only 2 between first and second.
Wow. What are the 2 main ingredients of a traditional ploughman's lunch? And I did a lot of research on this. Is that an apple, a pork pie, bread, pickled onions, or cheese? So a traditional ploughman's lunch. Now, a ploughman's lunch, I'll talk in a minute about this, but I'll let you think about it first. But
You
the
want
2
all of
main
them.
ingredients. Yeah, I'd want it all. I want all of that, and I expect it all of the ploughman's lunch. The 2 main ones are bread and cheese. So there you go. Yeah, so the ploughman's lunch, so cool because a ploughman would just literally grab whatever he could before he went out onto the field. But mostly back in the day, tradition dictates he'd have bread and he'd have a bit of cheese. But nowadays, you'd definitely expect a bit of sliced apple, a nice whack of pork pie with loads of jelly on it, and quite a few pickled onions. And if you're very lucky, a pickled egg. In which county is Sherwood Forest? Leicestershire, Nottinghamshire, or Derbyshire? So as I say, these potluck questions are starting very easy, and they are going to ramp right up. The home of Robin Hood, yes. But where was he from? I installed a skylight in my apartment. The people who live above me are furious. Paul, you're on fire tonight. These are really good. Nottinghamshire has 96% of you said. One person, and I'm not judging, put Leicestershire. But that's okay. I bought a head of lettuce at a local grocery store called Mamas and Papas, but I couldn't eat it. All the leaves were brown. That's awful.
That's a tumbleweed.
Sharon and Bob they are lurching ahead. I don't know if they can be caught. We'll find out soon. I'll give you a top 10 in a minute. What is usually eaten with tartar sauce? Is it lamb, beef, or fish? Lamb, beef, or fish?
Oh, nice. Sandwich with all that in and
We have
that in and
6 questions left. 3 are going to medium difficulty. 3 are going to be hard.
And Dan and Vic on the quiz stream tonight.
I haven't heard of Vic at all tonight. Just sure we get it turned off. 100% of you put fish. 100% of you were right. Okay, very
Fish finger
quickly.
sandwich.
10th is moi. 9th is Tommy Tank. 8th is the Hermans. 7th is Lynn Saves the Turtle Richings. 6th is Team Thrasher. 5th is Rupert the Bear. 4th is Annie. 3rd is Fruit Snake. 2nd is Spilsby Hermans with the Z. And 1st is Sharon and Bob. I find it ironic that colours red, white, and blue stand for freedom until they are flashing behind you. What magazine was first published in the 1840s? And lastly, is that a word? Finally, probably in the 1990s. Is it Shoot, Punch, or The Dandy?
Fish finger sandwich. Nothing better.
Now we're going on to these Pina Colada Goz from my membership box. 6% this one, so a bit more calm. It's Punch as 46% of you said. The Dandy, I believe, has stopped now, but it did go into the 2000s. I'm not sure if it stopped. I know the Beano still is around. But
The Beano's still going because it had an anniversary this week.
Stinks of eggs.
Was it this week? Last week?
Yeah, the Beano had its anniversary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not recently.
Because Justin Bieber was in it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's gone downhill since I used to read it. So there you go. That's the. Oh, it looks a nice colour,
Still
but it
read
smells of
comics now.
eggs. How many points are scored for comic books? Are scored for winning an F1 Grand Prix in the current scoring system? 20, 10, or 25? Jack Padot, if you are on, that question is for you. How many points are scored for winning an F1 Grand Prix in the current scoring system?
8.
It's 25,
Oh.
as 70% of you knew. I'm going to give you your top 10 after this one because it could be already. They could be outside, Sharon and Bob. They could be.
Oh, how many questions left?
They
They can be caught.
4 questions left.
You still could be caught.
Onto a Northern Monk Faith. Oh, you are picking some dandies tonight. What is examined using an octoscope? Is it an ear, insects, or nostrils? Ear, insects, or nostrils? An octoscope. What would you inspect with an octoscope? Lovely to see Mr. Maguire on tonight. Just seen his name flash up. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Maguire. I know you're not a quiz man, but obviously wanted to catch the last ever weekly quiz, unless of course we go back into lockdown. But let's hope that doesn't happen. It's an ear. An octoscope examines an ear.
Weird little thing. With the
Okay. All right. Okay. So it's got very tight at the top. So there's no need for me to give you a top 10 right now.
You could say it was 10.
Well, I'll give you a top 10 after the next one.
Oh,
Okay.
unbelievable.
Well, it's getting too tense. I'm getting too tense. I can't imagine what it's like doing this. What is the drink kummis made from? When I wrote it, definitely kumis, isn't it? Kummis. Is it eggs, brandy, or milk?
Oh no. Oh dear, no more beer for you. Anyway, top 10.
Kumis is made from milk. Top 10, here we go. Graham and Nell are in 10th. 9th is Lynn, Save the Turtles, Richings. 8th is Tommy Tank. 7th is Team Thrasher. 6th is Annie. 5th are the Herdmans. 4th is Fruit Snake. 3rd is Rupert the Bear. 2nd is Spells B. Herdmans with a Z, who are now 7 points behind Sharon and Bob. Sharon and Bob, if you get this next question right, you are there as a... Well, it would be great to have a final winner on the final quiz. Spencer Gore was the first winner of what? Is it Wimbledon, the Nobel Prize, or the Booker Prize? Okay, so here we go with the Pina Colada Goz, which is generally quite a sour beer. It's suggesting it's going to be very fruity and quite sour.
Oh, I can see something like flavors of lime juice.
Oh my God.
Anyway, the answer.
Men's singles at Wimbledon. That's 20% of you said. Final question coming up. I can't give you the top 10 right now. It's 2 tenths.
It's time.
But that is another gorgeous beer. I'm keeping that subscription going. Hope the wife can't hear, but I'm keeping that subscription going. Because they were 2 of the best beers I've ever tasted. Okay, which non-metallic element has the atomic number 6? Sulfur, carbon, or nitrogen? Julian the Thrasher says, oh dear, it's gone to that level already. I think he was referring to the question about the drink. And yes, it has. What do dog walkers do when they retire? Says Paul from Cygnus. And Paul from Cygnus has just returned from the Basque country when they were wearing more than he expected. Carbon, I'm not even looking at the top 10. I don't want to know until it's announced on my screen. It's 38% of you said it was carbon and 38% of you were right. And that is the final question of the final Bombers weekly quiz. As I say, I'm taking a hiatus for now, not forever. As you know, I always come back. I'm like a comic book character. You can't kill me off. I just always come back. But I am taking a hiatus. I need a rest. But thank you for taking part in 10th and the final Bombers weekly quiz. Graham and now well done. 161 points. Lynn saved the Turtles Richings with 163 points. Before I do any more, remember, stay online because you want to know the winner of Richard's Raffle, which is coming up next. In 8th is Tommy Tank. In 7th is Team Thrasher. Well done. I'm going to give them an extra point because they like beer. In 6th is Annie. In 5th are the Herdmans, who have been here all the way through. Thank you, Herdmans, with 174 points. In 4th is a great showing for Fruit Snake. 181 points. That's one of your best ever, Alan. Well done. Rupert the Bear. Not sure who that is, but you've done really well with 183 points. In 2nd is many a time winner under various different names, but today just missed out with 196 points. But may I say, your profile picture is on point. It's a Spilsby Herman. And in 1st, never a winner until tonight. They joined us in January when they thought, what else can you do on a Friday night? With 208 points, Sharon and Bob have won. And much as I've enjoyed most winners, it's great to have a new winner on the final weekly quiz. I will be back. You know I'll be back. But I'm deviating from my roadmap because things change. Lockdown is coming to a kind of end. I want you to go out and enjoy yourselves.
And we need
but come back to me soon, and I'll be back. I'll be back. I will be back. It's not the end. It's just a hiatus. I need some time.
Cool.
I need some time off.
Don't smell the hat.
Round of applause for the Bournemouth. Thank you very much, Herman. I'll take the virtual round of applause. Thank you very much. My mum got 122 and it went off. I believe you. Okay, so Sarah is currently shuffling said tickets. Two people have already left, so they're not bothered about Richard's raffle. But many people are.
No, let Dad do it.
It's all right. Charlotte can do it. She can pick the winner. So this is to win a night with Bournemouth. Not like that, people. A night with Bournemouth, tasting beer. There's an arm.
Charlotte, let go of the hat.
Tasting beer in my garden. Rupert the Bear is Jeff, my other half. Well done, Rupert the Bear. You came third. So here we go. This is for a money can't buy prize. Tasting beer in my garden / virtually if rules dictate that has to happen. Right, go.
One. Just put your hand in.
Just put in. Get a ticket. Okay, here we go. So that's happened live. So you know I haven't messed it up. So who has won?
Malcolm.
Malcolm, you've won. You can see that. No, you can't see that. It's Malcolm, 231. If you want to join me for 6 of the finest beers in my garden, you're more than welcome. I will get hold of your son Jack and let you know you've won if you're not online, because I don't know if you watch the stream all the time. But well done. But thank you all. Thank you all for obviously taking part in the quiz. Thank you all for being here since the start of January. Indeed, some of you have been with me since April last year. We've been going for a year now.
Malcolm likes say mild. So
Malcolm does like a mild, yeah.
Darker beers.
Can't wait for my return, says Paul from Skegness. Already can't wait. You've got to give me some time off. I can't have time off. But yeah, for those of you who've been with me since April last year, which sounds crazy, doesn't it? Thank you so much. For those of you who joined me in January and joined for 14 of the finest quizzes, thank you so much. I've loved doing it. It's got me through it. I hope it's helped you out. Julian Thrasher, thanks, Richard, for all your hard work. Even though you didn't win the quiz, I'm joining you for a few beers. Anne Richards, she loves to wind my mum up. I thought you were going to win this week, Christine.
Unbelievable.
She's unbelievable. Thank you, Bournemouth, says Caroline. No problem at all. Justina, thank you for keeping us amused throughout the year and beyond. No problem, Justina. I do what I can. But yes, thank you to you all for taking part. It's been emotional. We've got through it. It's been a hard week, but I've thoroughly enjoyed the end of the week. So thank you all for coming to the final quiz.
Oh, there we go. One question. I think you still need a night with Julian.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Julian.
Karen.
He didn't win, but he's win. He has won in a way. Helen, thank you guys. No problem. We're not going forever. We just need a rest. Because to be fair, I hadn't run out of questions, but then I bought a quiz book, which has got all the wrong answers in. So I've realised, I need some time off. Recharge the batteries, get out there, see your friends if you can, safely, of course. And I'll be back soon, probably May, June time. But until then, thank you all for taking part. Thank everyone for taking part in Richard's raffle. We've raised almost £200, which is quite brilliant, I think, for the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust. So that's amazing. Thank you to everyone who donated. Helen says, this is me seeing friends. Oh, well done for guilt tripping me. I just need a rest, Helen, all right? Okay, look, Sarah's here. Wave, Sarah. She's a friend, and she'll see you whenever you want at a social distance, safely, of course. Okay.
Apparently, I'm not back at work till May, so I can catch her for a coffee when
there
she's
you
not
go.
at work.
Date made. Right, I'm going to leave you now because I'm waffling. The Herman family. Oh, stop. Might have to watch the old quizzes to keep us going. Stop it. I can't. Right, I'm stopping now. I'm not having this. Good night to you all. Justina thought I've decided to take a mild hiatus, Justina. I'm deviated from the roadmap slightly. I will be back soon-ish. That's all I'm saying. Soon-ish. That's why we did the Richards raffle. I thought I'd get, a final quiz out of there. So, we can enjoy our Friday nights without Bournemouth for a few weeks.
You might get real Bournemouth.
Couldn't you just stream without a quiz? No one wants to watch me for an hour, Grundy, without a quiz. But yeah, you've all made me feel very guilty for stopping now. So thank you very much. But I am going now.
The other child's not about.
Looking forward to the beer reviews, Jack. They are going live after next week. I'm going to get a few together and slowly stream them out. I think that's the professionals do that. Mild hiatus sounds like a medical complaint, says Paul.
We know a lot about them.
Right, I'm going now. Thank you all for taking part. It's been amazing the last year. I've loved doing the vlog. I've loved doing the quizzes, and I will be back, of course. You know, when I'll check the weather, and if Friday nights are looking a bit rainy and you're not going to be in a beer garden, I might turn up. Paul McGuire says you've gone yet, so I think that's time for me to go. So I'll see you all very soon. I won't be on for long because I love doing it. So thank you all for taking part. And Malcolm, I'll see you in my garden for a few beers. All right, in a bit. This is from the Bournemouth. Love you all. Bye-bye. Night.